A very good morning to all of you. Today we are going to discuss the inspiring story of the MBA Chai-Wala, a tea seller. How many of us have struggled to get into top business school to have a lucrative career ahead with a fat pay package? One of the toughest exam called CAT have lakhs of aspirants appearing every year only to get in top business school of India. The story is an inspiring story of a middle-class Indian guy called Mr. Praful Billor, who, like any other ambitious teen, wanted to pursue an MBA. He appeared in CAT entrance examination for 3 years and failed every time. He was a sincere student and would study for 8 to 10 hours a day to compete for CAT exam. His parents had a lot of hopes from him and would encourage him to study hard to get into the right MBA college. On his repetitive failure, he got too depressed and quit his CAT preparation for a while. He roamed around entire India. When, after a few weeks of traveling, he landed in Ahmedabad, he felt like home. He was not sure of what he wanted to do next, as his plans of pursuing an MBA from top business school had utterly shattered. So he joined McDonald's as housekeeping staff. He kept getting promoted to become a kitchen staff and who would take orders and make burgers and serve the customers. He had his innate desire to get an identity of his own. He kept thinking of starting a venture of his own. He went around to look for a place to start a cafe. But the minimum investment needed was 15 lakhs. He did not have any money to invest. So he finally dropped the idea and kept thinking of some idea of his own. He finally decided to start a tea stall of his own but lacked the courage to do so. There are a lot of social stigma associated with starting a roadside tea stall. It is believed that uneducated labor class people run roadside tea stall to earn a mere income. Praful also got scared thinking of his father's annoyance if he get to know that his son running a tea stall instead of pursuing an MBA from a good base school. With so many concern in Praful's mind, he could not sleep for many nights. It took him 45 days to gather the courage of buying the necessary tea-making vessels and ingredients. Soon after, he set up the stall, but the journey was not easy. He put in all his effort and might to run his tea stall and was quickly getting popular. But the neighboring tea stall owners in his vicinity got insecure and jealous of his increasing popularity. They got together to brutally throw him out of their area and did it so successfully. Nevertheless, Praful was determined to succeed in his endeavor. He went to a hospital owner and asked him to rent his space for him for putting up a tea stall. He happily rented it out for rupees 10,000. And Praful was back to business with full zeal. He reinvented the strategy of selling tea to the customer. He made a corner in his shop where the job seekers can leave their names, numbers, and qualification to help them connect with the job provider. The job providers would often come for having tea and would pick up the numbers of suitable candidates. Praful named his business as MBA Chai-Wala, which stands for Mr. Billor Ahmedabad Chai-Wala. Some people mocked him, saying that even so-called educated MBAs are forced to sell tea these days. Many others said that is this the only profession he could think of despite being educated? But Praful did not let any such harsh comment come on his way of setting a new record. His courage helped him to grow his business to hopping crores of earning every month. He travels widely across the globe to organize social events and charity. And look at the irony of life. Now MBA Chai-Wala is invited to IIMs and Harvard Business School only to deliver a talk on how to pursue a passion and become big. It all started with his failure to seek admission to these prestigious colleges like IIMs and Harvard. This is what courage and passion can do to all of us. Many times in life, we dream of starting something but lack the courage to commence and pursue it. The biggest fear that often stop us from chasing our dream is, what will people say if I do this? What we forget is that the people can be judgmental or critical for some time, but once you succeed, everything falls in place of its own. So that's all for today. We'll be coming back shortly with some more interesting content. Till then, stay home, stay safe.